Hello, my friends. July the 3rd, 2018. It's Monday today. Well, this is the continuation, and I'm about to demonstrate to you basically what was done with 2 out of 3 of my Androids, in addition to 2, which should be otherwise, one digital Olympus camera and Camileo Toshiba. Basically 2 cameras they also have destroyed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate to you what otherwise, it's kind of difficult for me to actually, it's difficult to believe these people are so crazy. When you already know these people are insane, but it seems like they set new limits all the time. They always come up with something new, even insaner, or I don't know, crazier, whatever you want to say it. I have just tested 3 telephones I'm going to present you with. This is the old telephone I have, Android. Bought this one in 2017. This telephone was it was already in the World War III. The only thing that needs to be replaced is this plastic here, otherwise it's all good. It was with me in Ukraine, in Belarus, Hungary and so on, because that's the only thing I had left. It's called HomTom HD7. It's cheap, low-end telephone, about 60 euros is gonna get you one. Then I got this telephone here. It's called Power One. This telephone was purchased after I have purchased this one, and the purchase of this telephone took sometimes in, I think it was sometimes in January, February, something like this, so about maybe half a year backwards. HomTom, Power One, HomTom came HD16, again low-end Android. $50-60 is going to get you one with electronic image stabilization issue. Did not operate, have a problems with the camera, and so what I did was I ordered another telephone. I ordered this one here. This is Power One Mnet, known as a Mnet. Look, this is a battery. Mnet telephone, recommendable. It's for $60, $70 you're gonna get one. Also, it's kind of low-end telephone, Android, but it's good. Doesn't have a lot of stuff that I need, but it's okay. It gets me by. It helps me out. Well, the thing about it is that for Power One, since they have destroyed the image stabilization, electronic image stabilization in HomTom, Slovenian government kind of admitted they did it, and so did not even charge me customs for this one here, for Power One. I already have explained the idea was somehow to see if they can modify taste in me based on total genocide. They refer to that as economic issues, but I think that if you deprive one of employment and you destroy, break him everything and stuff like this, keep him unemployed, I don't know, for 12 years, and all that other great stuff they have done to me, throw you in a mental hospital, torture you to death. This goes beyond only, I would say, I would refer to one kind of genocide, economic genocide, but it goes into many other areas that are also considered as a genocide. So I would not take that. I would not buy what Mitya Weber have suggested me, on how I would be tested to see if a taste in me could be modified through economic struggle, basically through deprivation of financial funds. It's actually oppression. I don't think the guy is completely normal, but this is what he suggested under MK Ultra. That's basically how he saw it. I don't see he see things completely quite like the way things are, really. I think something wrong with this individual. But anyways, Slovenian government would not charge me for this thing. Import taxes, basically EU taxes, because of this telephone again. But what I did not assume was, it was not only that this telephone here was image stabilization, you know, the camera practically, when it gets darker, you cannot even record anything, that they would modify this before it would even get into my hands. But, or, let's say, or, that this telephone here, this telephone can still not be connected to the laptop. It cannot be connected. They have changed things since I have complained to police. Telephones can actually connect to the laptop. This one still cannot be. The thing about it is that both of these telephones, they have actually turned them into a radiation, diabolical radiation gadgets. So now whenever you would talk to someone, or you would text, or you would do something with someone on the phone, this one here, this diabolical, I'm not sure whether this one or that one, you're going to see that in continuation. It demonstrated radiation up to 27 microteslas. Just to explain, recommended radiation maximum for the laptop is 0.1. That means that this gadget exceeded even at times 270 times of what is recommended for the laptop. These gadgets would definitely not pass. I don't know what's that known as, a Federal Administration standards when they measure, you know, when they inspect items, whether they are suitable for the market, when they test them to see what the situation is within can be sold to the people in the US or within the European Union. We have own agencies like this in Europe. Definitely not. Interesting is that the old telephone demonstrates the proper radiation limits, and from the MAMA about the same thing. Acceptable. Okay, I could agree with this too, but I could not agree with this thing here. Now, as you know, the laptop also was modified into a radiation blaster, and you also know that my 400 euro laptop, new one, which I have bought to replace this garbage, which USB ports were modified to the point that you could not, and it's the same with the other one. They did the same thing with all of them, so that you cannot connect yourself gadgets to the USB and through the USBs and so on. You know, these things. 400 euro laptop Lenovo, which I have just bought through the program Renew. Basically, this should be like a new computer. Was already a year old and sold to me with a manufacturer's warranty and stuff like this. Now they have one at the prosecutor's office, and I don't know, they're gonna do something about it, or what is it? I just know I'm without money, without a computer, without anything forced into this thing here. So now let's go and see, and we're gonna see what they had in their mind. What they had in mind is pretty diabolical. I could actually, with my, I'm just gonna be short, with this HT16 HumTom, this no longer detects any Android anything. With this one here, you can put airplane mode, and you can turn off Bluetooth. You can do whatever you want, but it's still going to be turned on basically. And exactly the same situation is with this one here. This too can communicate, but it looks like that not only this too cannot detect any other telephone, or if somebody would want to send you something, if you're in a city or someplace and somebody would want to send you like through the Bluetooth something. This is like, it did not detect the neighbor here. They did not detect my mama telephone. They did not detect this telephone, and this telephone did not detect anything at all. This telephone, it's confusing, isn't it? And this telephone, which is from my mama telephone, this telephone cannot detect any of my telephones. This is totally effed up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so what you're gonna see, this is like a Soviet Union replica. It's like upgrade of the Soviet Union. As you know, in the Soviet Union, if you would go to visit one, you would get your personal friend, and that friend would be so good that he would follow you wherever you would go. Even if you would go to the restroom, your friend would go with you inside of the restroom. And if you would misbehave, you would probably have to catch a plane 20, 30 years later. Yeah, this is how it was in the Soviet Union. I remember our people who would go to the Moscow, and they were not pleased with what they have seen. And I have heard this stuff from the people. I heard this stuff from an individual who actually was inside of the concentration camp. That was actually my teacher, Urbanch, geography teacher, who was inside of the concentration camp. If anybody loved partisans, if anybody would love the USSR, definitely he would be one. But after his visit to the USSR, he wasn't so damn sure about whether he wants to love the system that people had endured over there. And it was a visit or something like this, but he didn't want to go there no more, not even for excursion to see it, anything about it anymore. And this is about pretty much the same thing, okay? So it should be interesting. Now let's see what I have managed to document. All right, folks, we got 3 gadgets here. We got 3 telephones right here. Right here we have HD16 Homtom 16, then we have a Power One is the name, and then we have identical to this telephone here, we have also what is known as a Homtom 7 HD7. HD7, Power One, and we have HD16 here. Okay, so here's the deal. This telephone, identical to this one here, if I put the Bluetooth on, he will not acknowledge anything else than Power One. That's basically this one here. This is very, very tricky. I want you to remember and keep in mind that Power One, this telephone, which has the best camera, does not have any ability, any option that can be used to transfer my files to the computer. In other words, I cannot connect one with a computer, with this computer. I can connect one to the old computer, but not to this computer. This is such a mess, you have no idea, people. Before, I could not connect any of these computers here. Once I started to complain to police, certain things changed in respect to the computer. Some improvements were made. Let's just continue. You can see here that that's all it acknowledges, is basically this here. Now we go to this. Now we're going to go to this one here, and the only thing that this Power One acknowledges is HD7. That's basically this one here. So the only thing that's happening, that these two are acknowledging one another. Just 2 weeks ago, situation was completely different. And I am glad I do have a video recording about that stuff. Now you're seeing HD16, and HD16, which is fully charged, everything nice, fantastic. Seems like it's not detecting anybody. By the way, Bluetooth was on, and both of those telephones, look, no nearby Bluetooth devices were found. Both of these telephones, which they have Bluetooth on, did not detect this telephone, and this telephone did not detect any of these two devices. What's also interesting is that none of these telephones have detected my neighbor. That's basically Alish Berger Shutter 3. Would you like to have the gadgets like this? But things were a little bit more interesting 2 weeks ago, and I'm glad I did make this video. Folks, the problem is that this thing is used to prevent me from obtaining essential evidence which I would use preferably for the police department. And so this is a little bit a problem for me, I would say. So I hope you see this stuff here. I'm going to give you an example why the problem was. The problem was when I was recording the other day what was shipped to me, and the neighbor, Don Nicolens, switched that with his own temperature reader, water quality reader. Just as I was going to open, the evidence, because it was clear that it already was open, and just as I was going to open and inside things were bent, you can clearly use, telephone stopped recording. This is just one instance, but there are many other instances. That means basically that these telephones here are controlled by my neighbors. At please, they do whatever the hell they want to do whenever it is convenient at them. Now, every time I do restore, I perform the system restore. It takes me quite some time to do this kind of stuff. It's very complicated because I have certain programs, certain things arranged in a certain ways. I'm going to tell you like this. SD cards, micro SD cards, they do not oftentimes work on this telephone. Many of those cards do not work on telephone. About 4 cards were stolen so far, and 6 cards, no less, were destroyed. Actually, 8 cards, SD cards, were destroyed. Everything was fine, everything was nice, even the cheapest cards, everything worked fine. Then nothing would work anymore. Cards were stolen, destroyed, but this is exactly what I was promised it would be the case under MK Ultra. Okay, so now you have seen this. This was recorded with the mother's phone, HT7. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I will use these telephones here to record the situation with this one, so then you can compare what's really happening around here. Okay, it's a little bit worse, this thing, okay? It's not exactly so easy, okay? It's actually worse, okay? I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn off here the Bluetooth. This is the HT16, and I'm gonna also turn off the Bluetooth here, and I'm gonna turn the Bluetooth also over there. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the airplane mode on all of these devices here that you see. They now all have the airplane mode. And we'll go here to the Bluetooth, and we turn this thing on, and look, it's showing, like I said before, HT7. Even that HT7 has an airplane mode on and the Bluetooth is off, as you see it right here. Now what I will do is I'm going to turn this thing off, and I'm going to go to the HT7. I'm going to take this thing on, and as you see, the power one, which is this one here, has airplane mode and has Bluetooth turned off, but this device can detect this one also. So yes, it is worse. It can always get worse than that. Okay, so now let's go, and I'm going to turn this thing off like this, Bluetooth off, airplane mode, the same thing here. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this thing on. But he does not detect anything. He does not detect anything because they have done something to it. I have no idea what they have done to it. So this is not pleasant to have a telephone like this that, you know, let's take the airplane mode off. We're going to leave the Bluetooth on. We're going to take the airplane mode off. We're going to take this thing on, but nothing really changes. We're going to take this off and Bluetooth on, and nothing really changes. So this is the way it is. totally screwed up, totally useless right now, cannot be transferred, cannot be used to transfer files at all. These two gadgets can only detect one another. They cannot detect this telephone, they cannot detect the neighbors, nothing. I mean, kaput completely. Alright folks, it finally becomes evident that this device here from Mnet Power One, look at it. I mean, I just did the total restore, the whole thing I have just had restored, the whole thing to factory settings, and fact of the matter is that doesn't matter. Even with the Bluetooth off, and I'm gonna put the airplane on like this, airplane mode on, the Bluetooth, as you see, is off right there. You can see it. Even so, the other device, this here, the HT7, he detects one no matter what I do. So let's go and let's turn him off like this. See, the Bluetooth is off, right? The Bluetooth is off. This device is off and power is off. And as I go here, he actually detects Power One. He detects this device even so. What that means basically is that Power One has hardware wired inside a telephone. Means that it does have a Bluetooth wired inside in the telephone. Okay, so this, it doesn't go any different. This is a fresh restore, a brand new restore, if anything would be done like with a software wise, would disappear now because it's all turned back to the factory settings. But basically this is what I did. I did perform factory reset data. Factory data reset, and it doesn't help. So absolutely that I believe here inside they have, maybe they have just connected the Bluetooth that you cannot disconnect one. That's also a possibility. It's another possibility. I have no clue what they have done to it. I ain't got no time to play with this. That's the only thing. It's kind of hard to be in a hurry all the time and face this type of totally impossible type of stuff. I mean, you have no idea, folks. You got no idea what. I've lost 2 days. I lost yesterday. I lost today. Just trying to retrieve some files and stuff like this, which I have deleted. One photo only I wanted to get back, and you have no idea what you go through because of the stuff like this. In respect to the stuff that you have seen, that I actually have called the operator from the local telephone company, and I did ask her, I said, lady, is this normal that you have you know, Bluetooth turned off and even airplane mode, and it would be other Androids that would detect a Bluetooth of the device that is turned off. Is this like normal? And she said, no, it's not. This is not supposed to work like this, and so on. Okay. Well, I was even in doubts to post this because I don't want to come out strange, weird, something like this, some kind of conspiracy theorist. So I guess that I am correct in this case. Then now things get even a little bit more weird. I already have spoken about dude that loves to play with radiation. It's actually quite few of them, these weirdos here, that they like to play with it. One of them is this niece's husband, who just loves to, destroy equipment. I'm not gonna say put his nose in other people's, things, but totally whack the equipment, electronic equipment. And then there's a labor guy, the neighbor that's. It's not only a neighbor, it's also his son from Donegal Lands, and you have over there you have another family behind that house that were also involved in MK Ultra, and you have another one here that also was involved in MK Ultra. That's are very good friends with this individual and have assisted him, and it was a deal that if he wouldn't be able to do it, others would come and assist him. So it's whatever it is. Okay, and so in this portion of the video, you know about my computers in respect to radiation. Now let's see what they have done exactly to my Androids. Precisely to the two of my Androids. The third one appears to be okay, and for my mom also appears to be okay. But look what they have done to the two of my newest Androids. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to turn this, doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi on. And what we're going to do is, you're going to see, we're going to use this meter here, basically to measure the radiation of this thing here. So we're going to see exactly what the radiation level of this thing is in microteslas. And we're going to set this to the maximum because I don't have a time to play with these things. First time we're going to do is going to be not connected to the charger. Then we're going to repeat the same thing also with you know, whenever is something connected to the charger, because it's a different thing. So let's go. That's already 10 microteslas, folks, almost, and it's going to go beyond. And as you see, this thing is not connected. He is not connected anywhere to, he's not connected absolutely anywhere to electricity or anything like this. This is a lot. Basically, whenever he is picking up on a signal, and you're talking about the wireless now, you're not talking about the telephone or something like that, like data connection through the 3G or 4G or 2G, something like that. It's just a wireless. Okay, this telephone here, as you know, this is a Power 1. Okay, this is plenty enough, ladies and gentlemen. This is about 92 times of what is recommended for you to have on the laptop. It's not too damn good. You have seen Power 1. Beautiful telephone otherwise. Here is the HD16. Power 1 is about 5 months old, 6 months old, just as is this telephone here, something like this. Wait a minute, July. Yeah, no, it is something like this. It is. Okay, so now let's see about what's happening with this thing here. What we're going to do is I'm going to turn it off to, as you see, HD16, HomTom 16 is not connected. Even when the thing is not transferring anything, is already radiating. And that's pretty damn bad. Wow, more than laptop. Is it even connected anywhere to the wireless or anything? It's not even connected to the wireless. It's not connected to any kind of network, anything at all, and it's already beaming radiation. Okay, Bluetooth. Let's go. Let's turn this thing off, and we're gonna connect to Wi-Fi. Now it's connected, and what we're gonna do is look at that. This is crazy. Come on, look at that. Look at that. And let's see what is the maximum I can get. Let's see how far they have gone with this kind of games. It's already showed 27 microteslas. It went to 27 microteslas. This is about 270 times of what is recommended for you on a laptop. So would you like to have this? I don't think so. You would like to have. I don't think anybody would want to have it like this. I don't think you would be happy. I see people going off for like a little tiny little things, and you know, they do all these things to me, and I can actually not even believe, you know, you can actually not even believe that somebody would be so insane, would do stuff like this to you. And they are. They do it. Now we're gonna see what's gonna happen once the wireless is connected. And let's go. We're gonna see this video right here. We have seen 27 microteslas without even any kind of connection, anything like this. Now let's see if we can go beyond this, which is, I don't know, this is already completely crazy. And also, yeah, there is not going to be some conspiracy theories or anything like this. There is nothing under the table. There is nothing around here. This is just a table. That's my backpack right there. That's it. So let's continue. Okay, let's go here. I don't know. YouTube doesn't want to play videos today, or oh, carambosh. Let's see this here again. Nothing comes under the YouTube, really, eh? Okay, just now let's see if we can get beyond this. How far can we go? Okay, for gadget not being connected to any kind of power outlet, 27 microteslas is good enough for me. I don't even want to lose time. Although I know it goes way beyond this too. This is a radiation machine. This is not even a telephone. It's so damn slow, this thing here, and I got so much to do. I better see it, because it looks like we're never gonna get through this. That's supposed to be also something known as a YouTube here too. I hope it is on this telephone as well. Don't see it. Let's try this one instead. Yeah, it's indicating a weak connection. The truth is, it's indicating a strong connection. That's 17.3 microteslas. There you go. Okay, I think I did prove my point anyway. This was again HT16. And this here that I have charged, hopefully enough now. We're just gonna do it like this. Good night, bye-bye. Okay, and this thing here, it's not charged enough. 3% only is this. Who knows how long this is gonna last, but I can give it a shot. Really fast. I hope I make it. I have not even tried this thing here. Okay, there you go. Let's see it. It connected. Cool. That's a good thing. Let's see if we can get this thing here. Let's see if this is the same thing as the other one is. Because this telephone, however, no, this telephone seems to be, this is the way the telephone should be. There you go. So, you see, folks, this is the way the telephone is supposed to work. This one they did not modify it, but these two telephones, basically they have turned them into diabolical radiation machines. Okay, there is something little. No, that's not. That's because I have thrown this thing here. I know it. This is normal telephone. The other two telephones are destroyed. Okay, thanks for watching this video. You have seen what you have seen. What I did not mention is also, I did mention for my niece's husband who did this stuff. His name is Mitya Weber again. He got free money, cash, for some kind of invention. They do the stuff like this for certain people, and they help them make those kind of inventions, so they get the money, they get the grants. It looks like everything is through connections, and no different was the case with my it's not my, and it's never gonna be. I'm gonna put her behind the bars. Just I'm gonna put behind bars other people here involved in this case. Vesna Schwab, psychiatrist that bullied not too long ago, but was involved in this case deeply. She and her husband, who also is a psychiatrist, is a special team, a special couple, husband and wife, both psychiatrists. She and he also got free money, cash, grants from European Union for getting involved against me, literally. It's under pretense, if you like, under lie, under disguise of some support association, something like this, that they run here in Slovenia, but the truth is being said here right now. This is the case, and this is basically where I will go next. I'm going to talk now a lot about Vesna Schwab and her hobby. We're going to talk about this stuff. You see, the thing is that these people don't give you the money straight, like directly to your account, something like this, because this can be easily traced and proven and so on. And so what they do is they find their ways. They give you free grants, stuff like that. They give you a little bit better opportunities, jobs, special opportunities, lucrative, better than what other get. They give you licenses, let's say exclusive licenses to sell certain products, technologies, like let's say Mitja Weber got. By the way, his brother from Mitja Weber, that individual might be actually a multi-millionaire. Mitja Weber alone bragged about just how many people this guy have employed. You get it? I might have left some more stuff out, but don't worry about it as I go along. Other videos. Mitja Weber was involved with Minister Omerzel. Actually have swindled Slovenian state, involved in crime. Mitja Weber was director of this of the company of this Minister Omerzel and stuff like this. I don't know what's up with the police. I don't really understand the Slovenian police. They have different kind of priorities. Seems like these people have some sort of expectations. They count on something. They're waiting on something. I don't know what is it they're waiting on. It's something that they have, different kind of interests. That justice is not on their interests. People from European Union, from the Court from the Human Rights, I would try to point out individuals that were in this house that have threatened me that they will not. You see, this time I did not even file complaint to the Court for the Human Rights, because European Court for Human Rights, because people from European Court Human Rights top people told me that they're not going to help me. They're going to actually block me from obtaining any kind of rights. And so when you consider that you have these politicians, Macron, Merkel, Royals, and all these people involved in this case, more likely than not, this corrupt European Union Human Rights Commission, these people are not going to do absolutely anything. The other day I have received an email just basically for asking a question to European Ombudsman how they will evaluate my case within the next 2 weeks. The first they wouldn't even send me an email. Then they did send me an email, and this is what they suggested. And under MK Ultra they gestured, it's going to be in an email like this, and basically during those 2 weeks, don't even think about almost publishing anything, because it might spoil your complaint and stuff like that. Well, like I said, if I would wait for European Union Commission for the Human Rights, for the court from the Strasbourg, probably what you see right now here, it would turn into skeleton, into bones, and then probably into a dust, because pretty much this is how much I count on these people. Alright folks, going next more to Jasna Schwab. This is what we're going to talk about. She is from Novo Mesto. She told me she is, I promised her under MK Ultra, I am quite a gutsy guy, daring guy. I told these people, you're going to see stuff I talk about. I told them under MK Ultra, I promised them I'm going to clean them out of here. They're going to go from here. They're not going to be here. And I asked her, she told me, no. She said, I am like you, born here in Novo Mesto, from Novo Mesto. Is it true or not? I do not know. But there will be a lot of stuff about psychiatrist Vesna Schwab. Undoubtedly, I'm going to put this lady behind the bars.